In addition to changing the look of Congress, Election Day 2006 did something more. It brought to the forefront a variety of voting problems experienced across the country.
It's amazing to think that 6 years after the election debacle in Florida in the 2000 presidential election, voter advocates find themselves at a forum entitled, "Will Your Vote Count?" And it's ironic that once again, Florida is the state which exemplifies the need for constant vigilance over our election systems, although Florida is by no means alone.
On Election Day 2006, Florida's 13th congressional district had problems with their voting machines. More than 18,000 votes were not counted. But the Sunshine State isn't the only place where problems occurred.
There were also problems with votes disappearing where people insisted that they had selected candidates in particular races, and on the review screen it was not there. There were also problems with people entering their vote at all, having to touch multiple times in order to get the machine to register.
Voter advocate groups like People for the American Way, who hosted this voting forum, fear this is just the tip of the iceberg.
There were significant security and reliability vulnerabilities in all of the major electronic voting systems that are used in the United States today, and that they do threaten the integrity of national, state, and local elections.
After 2000, many thought the answer was electronic voting.
And everyone was against paper because of what happened in Florida. So we rushed to have these DRE machines put in, and now everyone's saying, oh, we shouldn't have done that. So that's what I want to avoid now so that we don't make another $3 billion mistake.
Complicating the situation is that the next presidential election is less than 2 years away.
I believe there is a consensus that we need to do something to address the verification problem. However, the consensus to do something about it is ahead of the solution.
While those on Capitol Hill passed legislation to address the issue, the public has its own questions. One of the most popular, if ATMs work, why don't voting machines?
There's always a verification when you withdraw money from the ATM machine, and that's you. You can keep track of your balance. You can go, whether online or looking in your checkbook, make sure that the amount that you withdrew was actually withdrawn, that the amount that you deposited was actually deposited and added to your account. The complexity with voting is that it needs to be, the ballot needs to be secret in the United States, and there needs to be anonymity connected with your vote, and that makes the security issue a lot trickier.
And while right now there's no agreement on the best solution, everyone is on the same page regarding the issue's importance to the American public. People for the American Way say there's nearly 4 million people deprived of the right to vote each presidential election year, but they believe what happened in Florida finally gives this issue a human face. For more Machinist news, you can log on to goiam.org. See you next time.